What's going on, guys? It's Modern Dating Explanations. I've got another one here for you. Not going to talk too much. Let's get it.
I recently came across one of the best nuggets of dating advice I had ever read, ever, and I really wanted to share it with you guys. It's from a private Facebook group that I'm in, so I'm going to keep the author anonymous, but what she said really resonated with me and validated kind of my current approach to dating that I had been doubting a little bit recently. I also think this advice could apply to a lot of other things outside of dating and outside of dating for women, probably to anyone in their 20s too. So I just wanted to read it to you guys. The question is, women in their 40s and 50s, what's the biggest piece of dating advice you can give to women in their 20s?
Okay, I'm going to pause it right here. Guys, keep this in mind. She is leaning on a 40 or 50-year-old for advice for dating in their 20s. Keep that in mind. Let's go.
Stop trying to date to get married. Date to have fun. Date to get to know someone. But most of all, date to get to know yourself. Create a big life for yourself. Go to therapy. Heal your childhood wounds. Have lovers. Explore your sexuality. Focus on adding pleasure into your life and love into your heart without desperately seeking for a partner to complete you.
Okay, let's pause it right there. Wow. Okay. Somehow she has decided to mix in dating for yourself, finding out who you are, and then follows it up with the need for therapy and much less a ton of other bad advice. Now, I'm going to be honest. If a female is coming to you in a insecure format, she doesn't know who she is, very, very poor dating history, it makes no sense to involve yourself with this. And in fact, I fault the author for not leading with therapy. I mean, clearly she decides to mention it, but it's a lot of mentioning it kind of in the middle, knowing most of the viewers truly listen to the beginning and the end. Most of the times in the middle, they're just imagining what their life would be like with the beginning piece of advice. So it's just horrible. But I even hate the fact the lady decided to say you can apply this to other aspects of your life, as if focusing on you and you only when you're trying to date and meet somebody is going to behoove you and that person. I mean, how many times have you got in a relationship with a female and she's 90% not even there? She may physically be there, but her mind is elsewhere, not even in the moment. A lot of times you have to turn certain things off, try to get her attention. And this female believes that this is actually a great way to move forward. And as you heard at the beginning, she actually wished she heard it before she started dating. Unbelievable. But let's keep going.
No one else is going to complete you. You complete yourself. You are whole all by yourself. So love yourself. Love yourself so much you know your boundaries. Love yourself so much that you don't internalize other people's behavior and make it about you. It's not. It's about them. Heal your wounds. Marriage and kids is one way to add love and joy into your life, but it is by no means the best way or the only way.
Okay, I gotta stop here for just a quick second. Is it just me, or is anybody else kind of getting a little narcissism in this, a little self-adulation, a little self-centered inkling of belief? I mean, seriously, how do you, number one, you say happiness and children and marriage are not the number one ways to really give yourself happiness. And that could be for some folk. I'm not saying that's not the case, especially if you're unable to have children or marriage is maybe not something that's your focus. Understandable. But to deny the fact that marriage, children, family, these things are not more than likely at the top of most people's lists for happiness, it's just a falsehood. I mean, anything else you try to replace is temporary, it's man-made, it may give you a false sense of belief or happiness, but it's not long-lasting. Horrible advice. I'm truly surprised on this one, but we'll keep going.
Stop trying to lock it down within 2 months or even 6. Life is long. Enjoy it. Meet different people. Codependency isn't love. Integrity is. Love yourself and choose someone who also loves themselves.
Okay, just real quickly. Codependency isn't love. Integrity is. I have never heard that in my entire life. I even work in a field which has extremely high integrity just to do our job. And I never want to attribute it, my integrity or anyone's integrity for that matter, as love. Where does this stuff come from? On top of that, she's telling people to just love yourself, you're whole on your own. Where does this come from? I'd be scared for the gentlemen or guys who have the ability to talk to this chick, and seeing how her programming has been rewired in this format is horrible. I'd be frightened for the guy, and I honestly would tell him, run for the hills, man. Anything you have to do with her, I guarantee you she will make the best decision that behooves her, and you are nothing but a secondary, if not insignificant factor to the equation.
Stop trying to save or fix or convince someone else. You are divine energy and pure love. Focus on connecting to the parts of yourself you are embarrassed or ashamed about. Those places of you need your love much more than a borderline ugly guy who doesn't know how to do his laundry and is too lost to find his way without you turning into his mother.
Wow. Oh, wow. Now, if it ain't me, is this not a little telling of the author's more than likely long-term last choice, who she thought was probably Mr. It? I mean, seriously, the laundry thing, ugly, incapable of just regular chores. Wow. And mind you, this is coming from a 40 or 50-year-old author who she wants to protect, no problem. But is this really good advice for in your 20s? I mean, this is really it. And not to mention, when those females were in their 20s, they weren't even looking for guys like this. They're looking for the jocks. They're looking for Mr. It, the popular guys, the one who's got the flash, top of the sport team, wrestling team, you name it. This that she's talking about, I'm a little shocked at, but hey, it's coming from a 40 or 50-year-old. Sounds like a divorcee, but we'll continue.
When people show you who they are, believe them. The more you overcompensate for someone else, the less energy you have for yourself. It's not their fault if you get lost in them, it's yours. Take responsibility and accountability for your own healing, and you will live a life filled with joy, passion, and fulfillment.
Wow. Now, the accountability aspect at the very end is another just dagger in the side. For the way that this was organized, and I'm assuming because it looks like she's reading, this is coming directly off of some kind of a advice or some kind of a response to a post, and it's trash. It is so hot trash. Honestly and truly, this creator, guys, do not go for her. This is pulled off TikTok. I put her name there if you guys want to go see the video. Maybe she's got other stuff out there, but overall, horrible advice, very narcissistic. This is not a way to treat any gentleman, and I don't know if she's could be into girls or whatever, but it's just I could not imagine this being the items or ingredients needed for a successful relationship for anybody, much less for women or men. Horrible advice. Once again, guys, I'll come back with another one. Drop some comments below. Let me know what you would tell your daughter. What would you tell your close female friend who's looking to date in her 20s and 30s? What's a better approach? This, to me, I give it a 1 out of 10. Have a great day.